Welcome to Black Cars Matter. I'm a month into my project now, owning my Jaguar I-Pace, and so far so good. I'm loving the experience. I'm loving the experience with the car. I'm no loving the experience with the government side of letting the public down and, well, how much of a sham this whole EV thing is. But that's going to be for another episode, because really, apart from the charging problem, where I'm unable to get a pod point, I'm still trying to get this fitted, but it turns out, because of the old style of property I'm in, I'm on a shared loop, I think it's called, right? Which basically it means that the power comes in from the street into my fuse board, but there's also another cable comes out of my fuse board and goes to next door and powers his fuse board. Okay, he's not getting his electric through my fuse board. Okay, we'll clear that one up. But because I'm on a shared line, this somehow restricts the amount of electricity that comes into both the houses, which means if I plug my car in to charge through the pod point, I will use up so much electricity that he's hardly got any. So I've got to wait. Are you sitting for this? I've got to wait 65 days now for the next decision to be made. There is obviously, it looks like there's work's going to have to be done, because they're going to have to dig next door from the street to give him his own line. I'm not sure if they take my line out. I'm not sure what happens with that. I'm not sure what the costs involved in that. But I'm not sure if I'm going to actually have to have costs involved in this. So I'll keep you updated on that one. But apart from that aside, the car's fantastic. The service from Jaguar's fantastic. And I know what, I'll even let you know, it is not the most economical car on the EV range. That is a given. I'm running at roughly 2.5 kilowatts per hour. That's what it costs me to run the car. A good EV runs at 4 kilowatts per hour. But basically, so it's like having, in petrol or diesel, you've got, well, let's just say your 4 kilowatt would be something like a nice car returning 70 miles to the gallon, and the 2.5 kilowatt is something like the Jaguar F type of HUD, a nice full-on V6 with 385 brake horse. But the electric car is actually faster than the F-Pace, the F-Type, sorry. But that's not the reason I bought it. I bought this for this experience. So enough waffling, because I've got a wee bit of exciting news, not just for people with an I-Pace, but for people with any kind of car that you're looking to put wireless charging in, okay? So, my model is the HSE, which is the high-spec one, and I was very disappointed that wireless charging wasn't put into it. So I went to Jaguar to buy the actual wireless charging plate to fit in the car. I thought it was just a case of taking the rubber plate out, because the wiring's bound to be there for it, and it turns out to be the case that you can't buy it. It's got to be fitted on the production line. You cannot retrofit it as an aftermarket part. So I've done a lot of soul searching over the last 3 weeks, I can assure you. And look, this wee thin box, it's thinner than my eyebrows, allegedly, right? That's the answer to it. So what have I bought? I was just over 12 quid for this. That's £12 in UK sterling. 12 quid is Scottish Spondulix. You are aware that Scottish money is accepted all over the world, except England. That was a wee joke there for my English viewers. Right, so here's what I bought. It's a full thin charging plate. The rubber is, well, I can't show you on my phone because I'm recording on my phone, but it sits on this, it plugs into USB, and there's this wee thing here, no, that way, never get this right, okay, there is, at the end of that wee bit there, right in the middle of that black gap, there's a wee light, okay, so I can have this sitting out on the car, and when it's red, it tells me there's power going to the charging mat, and if it's blue, then the phone is charging. So why is that important, you might think? Well, where this actually sits on the eyepiece, you can hardly see your phone. So without further ado, let's go and fit it. Right, that's us in the car. Lovely, I could never get the hang of this finger thing, but a lovely view through the panoramic roof. I just love this motor. Right, I'm going to show you now where this thing fits. So right here on this piece of console, you'll see that there's a mat right through. Now, roughly about where you see my finger pointing, you would see a wee electric sign. That tells you that it's got the charging panel, but as you can see, I don't have that. But what I have got on the side here is that. It's a hidden USB. So we take the charge mat and we place it in. Just set it like that. We now go here, and I can use this actually to show myself doing it. Plug it every fucking time. Never get that right. Now I can actually, I'll tidy this up later, but even untidied up, there's the view of the charging mat. Okay, so what we need now is, I brought my other phone, okay, so there we go, there's my Samsung phone. You can see the battery percentage, it's not charging. Put the phone onto this. It's still no charging, is it? Have I got power? See, this is where this thing's... no power. Right. So it only works. So there's the car powered up. Oh, hang on. Copyright purposes. Right, there we go. So we'll have power. It's showing blue. And there you are, right up at the back. I can actually see that this is charging. So it's worked. So I'll now take my phone off. I'll go back to my phone again. And then after the 20%, I see the battery. And look at that. You just quickly caught that. The phone's actually charging. That is brilliant. So, I'm a happy bunny. And as I said, this mat is not just for this car. This can go in any car. The fact that it's flat, the fact that it's actually got, I'll pull it back out again actually just to let you see, because I took the bit of paper off the back, and it's not sticky, but it's no smooth, so I'll no move about. And I've even sat my phone on top of the rubber mat, and that doesn't move about. Honestly, for what I've got here, this is perfect for the job, and it gets a 10 out of 10 out of me. Bear one thing in mind though, this is only a 15 watt charger, it's not a rapid charger, okay? So basically, this will just, while you're sitting doing nothing in your car, sitting on the phone, this will just trickle it through. Why did I want to go to this benefit? I could plug it in, I suppose, but you know what? This vehicle actually got wireless Apple CarPlay. Usually you have to plug in to get CarPlay, so it's a feature I want to take the use of. Plus, if my phone's in there and I forget it, it's actually hidden, so it's no in view. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this helpful. And, well, I'll see you on the next episode of Black Cars Matter. Maybe I'll have some good EV news, actually. And I'll also let you know about the tour that I'm planning as well on the North Coast 500. To the next one, I'll see you.